Hey there, welcome back to High Infidelity, the best channel for cheating stories. Like and subscribe to channel for more spicy stories. Now, let's get into today's story video. Got cheated on and found out on my birthday. My conversations with this girl at college had progressed to the point where things were becoming serious, so we decided to be exclusive for the winter break. Everything was going well until after Christmas, when she became aloof and withdrawn. It was at this point that I should have realized something bad was about to happen, but I texted her to find out what was going on and she replied, "I really like you, but I'm super overwhelmed and I'm going to be super busy, so I'm not sure if we can have a serious relationship," which I was fine with because I wasn't in a hurry, and we agreed to give it a chance. So summer came to an end and I went to school, and for the first 2 nights after we returned, she slept at an apartment that I recognized as her friend's, but I couldn't tell you who they were since I thought it was one of her friend's places. I eventually get to see her on the third night, and everything returns to normal. It was a great deal of fun, and I felt confident in her once again. My birthday is the next night, and she extends an invitation to go out to the bars with her. However, she spent the whole night speaking with this other individual, and I was starting to get concerned, so I introduced myself to him, and it turned out to be one of her friends, about whom she had previously said that I need not be concerned. I'm going to be honest with you, that is her boyfriend. Her closest friend tells me as they part ways at the end of the night. I'm going to be honest with you, that is her boyfriend, and she is going home with him tonight. They had just been dating for a week when this happened. In other words, she was clearly too busy and overwhelmed to be in a meaningful relationship with me, yet she went ahead and started seeing the person she had previously warned me not to be concerned about instead. Moreover, my friends were there, and I seemed to be an idiot. Even so, she never informed me directly. Instead, she had her closest friend explain it to me, after which I went back home and barred her from communicating with me. It's been the worst birthday ever, and my trust issues are at an all-time low. And the sound of her best friend saying something to me keeps resurfacing in my head, making me feel dumb and embarrassed. Story 2. Wife cheated, right? Updates. Update 2. As soon as she told me that she was tapering off social contact with the other person, I immediately went to my house and concealed a voice recorder in it. My wife and this other gentleman had spent well over an hour on the phone with each other over at least 2 phone calls, according to the audio I saw last night. My tape recorder failed in the middle of the day, so I'm assuming they spoke again in the evening, if not even later. Despite the fact that the phone call didn't offer many specifics, it did expose a few damaging facts about the case. They spoke for a while about the current state of affairs in our marriage, which she said he was completely unaware of. They spoke about how they may use the hidden phone app on their phones to avoid being discovered. She referred to me as a jerk since I was late for breakfast on that particular day. They also spoke about a zillion other topics and made light of them. Since we began dating, I haven't heard my wife become this enthused about anything. In response to my questions, she admitted to parts of the information while rejecting other aspects. I'm not sure how much I care anymore. Update 3. The past 2 weeks have passed without any communication with my wife. She got in touch with me a few days ago and asked if we could talk. I informed her that I would not discuss anything with her until she was ready to share everything with me. It was then said that she was aware that I had wiretapped her phone, which I did not do, but did allow her to consider the possibility, and that she already knew everything about me. I told her that I needed to hear it from her on the record. She ultimately agreed to sit down with me and tell me everything she had to say about her life. She came to my house and said that she had a relationship with the other person and that it had been going on for 6 months. She said that she had reserved a hotel room for the day before our anniversary in order to spend the day with him, which was the day before. Moreover, she indicated that she had continued to communicate with him after being caught and that he was supporting her in responding to my questions. She states that she has finished her connection with the other man and is now focusing only on our relationship with each other. She finally admitted her guilt 6 agonizing weeks after I spotted her at the hotel. I believe the only reason she confessed was because of my persistence, but she later indicated that she had always meant to tell me but wanted to be sure it wouldn't do any damage to either of us before doing so. Those 6 weeks have left a trail of ruin that is unrecoverable. Final update. Basically, my 7-year-old wife had an affair with a colleague. As a private investigator, I discovered her at a hotel with the man, and she denied any wrongdoing. First and foremost, If you're in this circumstance and even vaguely suicidal, don't do it. I advise don't do it because you'll lose out on the best moment of your life if you do. That is something I really believe. I know it's difficult to see when you're first starting down this path, but believe me when I say you don't want to lose out on this life. Now for the update. We separated. I deliberated for a long time before making that choice. I wish I hadn't wasted that time, but who cares? She wanted to remain together for some reason that I don't understand. She lied and gaslighted me for an eternity, which ruined any chance of reconciliation for me. It's the most difficult thing, my wife, and wanted to remain with her forever. I would have done anything to please her, and I believe I did so on countless instances. Now that I'm no longer in that relationship, I can recognize it for what it was. A narcissist draining every ounce of energy from a fine person. That marriage was absolutely one-sided, with one person providing everything and the other taking much more than they could. By the end of the marriage, I honestly believed I was unworthy of being a partner. She slandered my career, my attitude, and my appearance. My career has thrived since my divorce, and I've been able to date ladies that I would have thought were completely out of my league. I used to think I was unattractive because of how my former wife made me feel, but now stunning ladies much younger than me approach me in bars. I'd had a few of beautiful relationships with lovely ladies. They ended peacefully due to general compatibility concerns, but it revealed how bad of a relationship my former wife was. There has been no communication between me and the ex in a long time, and I don't give her much thought these days if at all. Her perception that I was getting too much money, despite the reality that I was taking less than half because I wanted the divorce to be completed as fast as possible without affecting businesses and retirement plans, made this divorce tough to navigate. Can you imagine it in your mind's eye? It's not uncommon to cheat on someone and then get worried about the amount of money they're taking, even if it's less than half of what they're taking. I was driven home by this experience, which reinforced the significance of making the right decision and escaping this filth as soon as possible. As a consequence of the divorce, I lost a number of friends. Sir, thank you for your time. However, I am unconcerned with those who did not agree with me, since they made it easy for me to get rid of them in the first place. It was time for me to say farewell to my in-laws. Definitely among the more tough sections of the course. Some of them were very good, but I see why you didn't like them. I've written enough letters to AP wife that I'm certain she's aware of what's going on. She ever responded to my emails, and I will accept her decision. This is some advice for those who are fresh to this terror. The only way to think properly in such a situation is to remove yourself from it. Otherwise, you will be taken advantage of. Seek the advice of a professional. I spent a significant amount of time in counseling. IT is very useful. As a result, I've gained a significant amount of strength. Surrounding oneself with friends and family should be done whenever feasible. Take care of yourself by making healthy choices and going to the gym. Limit your usage of drugs and alcohol. Hit some fresh air and make an effort to sleep. Take advice from others, but ultimately make your own decision. It is your life. Even though there were some really difficult days. After D-Day, apart from the initial sadness, it was the happiest time of my life. Every day, I'm really happy. Contact me if you're going through anything similar and need some advice from a self-proclaimed expert. I'd be happy to help. Thank you so much to everyone who helped me during my ordeal. I really appreciate it.